Okay, next up is local artist Jim Lockie.
Hello. How are we all? My practice is increasingly kind of finding a detail from history and then stealing it and using it as a basis to make work around. So right now, this is an unrelated image, but I'm in the development phase of a new project that I thought it'd be fun to tell you about. And at some point, you know, it'll be realised in something big and amazing when I can find someone to pay for it. So yeah, let me tell you the story of the Dogfish Woman. It's related to Folkestone too. So this is a piece of folklore that has kind of mostly been, seems to be entirely forgotten, but I found it in a 10th century manuscript. I've been reading these leech books from Anglo-Saxon time. A leech book is kind of the Anglo-Saxon equivalent of a medical book. So it'll have things like what herbs and roots to use to make a simple ointment, kind of medicines, and then there's like charms and kind of witchcraft stuff in there, and then there's religious things in there as well. They're really interesting books. I would want to tell you all about them, but I don't have the time. I'll get straight to the point. In reading one of these texts, I found this section that mentioned Folkestone, and it had a little story in it as well that is so kind of, I'll show it to you because it's just so weird. So this is translated. For a malnourished spirit, blight of apathy, for seasickness, listen to me, I will help you. The Folkestonelings, that's us, speak of the sight of a dogfish woman, fish nurse on wet rocks. It's a lovely line, that, fish nurse on wet rocks. Obviously that's my translation, so I'm giving myself props. The Dogfish Woman, neither folk nor fish entirely, did once nurse two shipwrecked foundlings, held to the breast, kept from the storm. At daybreak, the storm passed. The abbess came to the shore. The Dogfish Woman did relinquish the children and depart to the waves' foam. The children grew and were not sick from their brackish milk. The creature is still seen on shore rocks when clouds churn. The sight of her, or her sign collected, heralds good fortune, good treatment for your ailment. So it's like this really mental text, and it's hard to kind of quite parse what it means. Essentially, if you have one of these sicknesses, then a good way of treating it is to look for the sign of the Dogfish Woman. We're not really sure what her sign is. However, just from the reading I've done around it, I'm pretty sure that it could refer to mermaid's purse. So like these shark egg sacs that wash up on the beach every now and again. And then, as if to prove the efficacy of the treatment, we get this weird story about the Dogfish Woman and this altruistic act. And it's a bit odd because this creature, probably a relic of old beliefs, is then kind of married and has this interaction with the abbess, who's a symbol of kind of the new orthodoxy. So it's kind of really interesting from that perspective. You can kind of see why I want to make work about this. So I started painting recently. So one of the first things